Why did this resume get an interview? Well, it's not perfect, it did most of the big things right, and a lot of the little things too. Welcome to Resume Reviews, where we look at real resumes from the perspective of a hiring professional. If you are a candidate looking to polish your resume, this one represents a good sample of where to start. If you are a hiring professional looking for a solid candidate, this is a good example of what to use as your minimum baseline. This candidate applied for an administrative role this year and was actually a pretty good candidate. So how did I know she was going to be a good candidate just from her resume? Let's take a look. First, I love this template. It's organized, clean, and concise. It's one page, easy to get to know the candidate without getting distracted. Your resume doesn't have to be one page, 2 is fine, but 3 is pushing it, especially for an early career candidate. This is what your resume should look like if you have less than 10 years in the workforce. Another little thing that she got right that I see a lot of people mess up is the formatting. The font style is consistent for each company, city, position, and date range. She also nailed the punctuation, ending each bullet point the same way. With or without a period is fine, just be consistent. This shows a level of attention to detail that a lot of people miss. Since this was important to the role, and promised in her summary, it was a plus to me. Just a note, while I normally redact identifying information, instead here I changed the names of the companies and the cities to protect her privacy. Let me know in the comments if you prefer this way or the redactions. Another solid inclusion here is the link to her LinkedIn profile. Using an external resource to tell a larger story and build your case as a candidate is a strong move. Just be sure these are professional resources, like a LinkedIn or a personal website, and probably stay away from your Facebook and Instagram pages and the like. Finally, this resume showed that this candidate had the right tenure I was looking for. 2 years at her current role, 5 years at her previous role. This tells me she isn't a job hopper and is probably mentally and emotionally strong enough to persist through the inevitable ups and downs every job entails. On another date-related note, she did something smart by not including the date of her college degree. While this isn't always possible if you are still in school and putting together a first resume, once you have a couple of jobs or years under your belt after graduation, you probably don't want to include your graduation date. People start doing math to estimate the candidate's age. Now, while I never cared about the candidate's age, only their ability to do the job and fit with the company, I've talked to a lot of hiring managers that always want to know how old someone is. Sometimes it's just curiosity. Sometimes they have some mental picture of what the right employee looks like. And if you are too old or too young, they won't call for the wrong reasons. Now, how could this resume go from good to great? First, I would have liked to see this contact information cleaned up. I know it's a little thing, but that bar hanging there and the email spilling onto the second line takes up more real estate than it needs to, and it just looks off to me. Next, the bullet points could be a little stronger. I suggest 3 to 5 bullet points per role, with older roles closer to 3 and newer roles closer to 5. She did okay here with 6 bullet points, but the bigger issue is that her verbiage simply describes her daily tasks as though she copied and pasted them from the job description. While this is not technically incorrect, I suggest including accomplishments, accolades, statistics, and numbers in these bullet points. Tell me why you were great, not just what you did. And if you must list your responsibilities because it wasn't clear from your title, use statistics and numbers to paint a more vivid picture. For example, as an accomplishment, instead of build strong networks with business partners while monitoring campaign budgets and execution, do this. Built and managed a network of 30 business partners from scratch, monitoring campaign budgets and execution for 15 events per year. As an accolade, instead of analyze engagement data and market trends to achieve sales goals and ensure digital storefront optimization, including accurate product listing with effective keywords. Try this. Recognized for achieving $5 million year-end sales goal by analyzing engagement data and market trends, optimizing keywords to increase sales by 15% year over year. For the numbers, instead of assist production and shipping department by packing orders, creating shipping labels, handling supporting paperwork, do this. Assist production and shipping department 2 to 3 days per week by packing, printing labels, and handling paperwork for up to 50 orders per day. See the difference? Finally, this resume could have benefited from one more round of proofreading before she submitted it. I suspect she did a fair amount of proofreading and revision on her own, but there were 2 little errors that maybe a friend or mentor would have caught if she had asked them to look it over. Funny enough, she actually caught one of them herself and sent me an updated resume between the phone interview and her in-person interview. The other one is little, and I hinted at it earlier. Past work experience bullet points need to be in past tense. It looks like as she was updating her resume at one point, she went through and changed the verbs from this role to past tense, but just missed a few. Not a deal breaker, but it could have been caught. Overall, this candidate's resume earned her an interview. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful for you. If you have any input or questions, put them in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more resume reviews.